Imagine, if you will, a quiet afternoon in the Marvel Universe. The sun casts long shadows over familiar cityscapes, and somewhere, perhaps on a rooftop, Spider-Man is performing one of his signature gravity-defying leaps, a vibrant blur of red and blue against the urban sprawl. He's agile, heroic, utterly dedicated. And then there's another figure, observing him from an unseen perch. Not with admiration, not with envy, but with a gaze that holds something far more unsettling. A profound, almost surgical dispassion. This observer is Wade Wilson, the Merc with the mouth, Deadpool. But this isn't the Deadpool we've come to know and perhaps love, the irreverent, fourth-wall-breaking anti-hero who uses humor as a shield and a weapon. No. In this alternate reality, the whispers from beyond the fourth wall, the knowledge of his comic book existence, didn't just become a quirk. They became a terrifying, undeniable truth that twisted his very soul. He became aware, truly aware, of the strings, the panels, the unseen eyes that consumed their every struggle and triumph. And what began as an amusing self-awareness curdled into a nihilistic rage. For this Wade, their lives were not battles for justice or quests for power. They were entertainment, an endless, looping narrative for an audience they could never perceive. Their pain, their joy, their very existence, all meticulously crafted for consumption. And, in a chilling act of twisted benevolence, he decided to set them free. To free them from the narrative. To free them by ending their story permanently. His campaign began subtly, then escalated with horrifying speed. It wasn't about vengeance or conquest. It was about liberation through annihilation. Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood hero, perhaps the first to face this new, terrifying iteration of Deadpool. Wade didn't engage in a witty repartee or a chaotic brawl. Instead, he approached with an unnerving calm, his voice stripped of its usual manic energy, almost mournful. He spoke of the endless cycles, the repeated tragedies, the never-ending stream of villains designed to challenge them only for the next issue. He spoke of the illusion of choice, the pre-written destinies, and then he acted. Not with a blast or a bullet that could be dodged, but with an intimate, precise strike, targeting not just the body, but the very concept of the character, tearing the page on which they stood. The true terror of this Deadpool lay in his unique advantage, his fourth wall awareness. He knew the tropes, he knew the plot devices, he knew the weaknesses that weren't just physical vulnerabilities, but narrative ones. How do you defeat a foe who knows your origin story, your secret identity, the exact moment you'll hesitate, not because he read your mind, but because he's read your comic? Consider the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes. Their combined power, their strategic genius, their unyielding will. Against this Deadpool, it was all futile. He wouldn't fall for a predictable team-up maneuver. He wouldn't be caught off guard by a surprise attack he already knew was coming in issue number 5. He might disarm Captain America by quoting his own inspiring dialogue back at him, momentarily freezing him in existential dread before delivering a final brutal blow. He'd manipulate the environment not just physically, but narratively, knowing which hero would be positioned where for a dramatic splash page, and then simply not be there, or be there with a weapon specifically designed to counter their iconic abilities, because he knew their powers were merely extensions of their character profiles. The villains, too, faced the same nihilistic purge. Thanos, the Mad Titan, who once sought to balance the universe with a snap, found himself confronting a being whose goal transcended even his cosmic ambition. Deadpool wasn't interested in a grand cosmic duel. He was interested in ending the story altogether. He might simply disarm the Infinity Gauntlet, knowing full well its limitations and how it's usually defeated in the comics, then speak of Thanos' repeated failures and inevitable undoing as proof of his narrative servitude, before concluding the Titan's long, arduous arc. This wasn't a hero turning villain. It was a character breaking free of his narrative prison by shattering the entire universe around him. Each kill wasn't just a murder, it was an act of deconstruction, a deliberate erasure of a narrative thread. He wasn't just defeating them, he was proving their preordained existence, reducing them to mere constructs, and then dismantling those constructs. The emotional weight of these encounters lay in the victim's dawning horror, the realization that their lives, their struggles, their very purpose were indeed nothing more than entertainment. Eventually, the vibrant, tumultuous tapestry of the Marvel Universe grew silent. The last hero, the last villain, the last background character, all gone. What remained was an empty canvas, a void where stories once played out. And standing in that desolate space, amidst the silence, was Wade Wilson. The Merc with the mouth had nothing left to quick about, no one left to annoy. His great mission of liberation was complete. But what freedom could exist in absolute nothingness? His victory was the ultimate, terrifying silence. This dark, nihilistic take on Deadpool forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about our relationship with fiction. What happens when the characters become aware of us, the readers, the viewers? What if they resent being mere players in a cosmic drama? It's a chilling exploration of what happens when meta-commentary isn't just a clever joke, but a fundamental, destructive truth. It shows us the terrifying potential of ultimate awareness when a character finally snaps and turns their unique insight into a universe-ending crusade. It truly becomes the universe's final show, starring the one being who decided the curtain needed to fall permanently. So, what are your thoughts on this bleak, powerful alternate reality? Does this version of Deadpool resonate with you in a strange way, or does it simply terrify? Share your perspectives in the comments below. And if you found this exploration thought-provoking, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more journeys into the fascinating and sometimes frightening corners of our shared stories. Until next time, keep pondering the infinite possibilities.